Alright, you guys, it's April 22nd morning, and I'm gonna do a nice slow update because it's been a while, maybe almost a month since the last one. This bottle brush ended up not coming back strong after that freeze. It might even be totally gone, which is an awesome, great opportunity because I have citrus trees that really want to get in the ground. So that'll happen. You guys can see a lot of growth. It's actually really dry. Starting to get dry under the leaves, not where they're thick. Guys coming back strong. So these flags are marking the new plantings for potentially for irrigation in a pinch, but also because the neighbors, the kids were helping me plant, and this was trying to keep them from stepping on the plants. So we'll see how it works, if it helps. This rose looks gorgeous. That guy was a spindly little twig because he came out of a landscape where he was planted in the shade. It's just a knockout rose, but just see, give him sun. Collards, haven't harvested any. Over here on this kale, I don't harvest, but the chickens were eating up a storm. All that, they ate all those lower leaves earlier. I haven't let the chickens out as much because they were digging up too many of the new plants. Here's another rose, exact same kind of rescue, exact same knockout rose, coming out of a landscape because they're planted in the shade. The borage looks nice. Have lots of goldenrod. Looks like it's even spreading, so that might be one that, you know, gets thinned a little bit. There's the apple tree on a big flush these last couple months. This guy's strong and happy. And the mustard's all going to seed. I'm excited to collect some of that. We've got a lot of showy evening primrose. Some of the things I planted, roselle, a lot of the pink stem lamb's quarters. There's eggplant, so over there. I guess you can't really see them unless we zoom in. But there's a lot planted for this summer. Right up here, just starting to turn, are the big, beautiful Pakistan mulberries, and yeah, awesome fruit. So this tree's a little bit happier than the other, but really hoping that they keep doing well. That top dieback was from a real hard freeze earlier this spring. So yeah, spring is here even without good rain. This is the first blossom on the pineapple guavas, right in there. There will be plenty more to come. Cool thing about these is the petals are edible. If you're not eating them, you should. They're kind of cool. What do we plant? See, everything's just kind of tucked away. That little flag, that's a little wild Texas cherry tomato. So this is a challenge. Don't throw me in the briar patch. It's all brambles with that pomegranate right there. Surviving, getting a little protection, a little shade from the blackberries. So here's a peach tree. I thought I pulled off all the fruit. There's another one, but it's okay, we'll probably leave it. So the really cool thing right now is how many blackberries there are. It's crazy. I can walk in the swale and kind of show you, but if you see down here, because the black is hard to see, most of the fruit on this guy is tucked underneath the new growth. So there's actually lots and lots of fruit. There's even more back there. Again, lots. Now picture all that in this entire space, all the way over to those raised beds, all the way past that blueberry plant. It's just blackberries everywhere, and I don't know if I'll be able to get them all out, and that'll be okay. But again, this was the crop that was already here. They're in there. Yeah, didn't have to work hard, do anything. And there's also mulberries. I ate the first few yesterday. This is a nice, it's a persimmon, I think Saijo, I forget, but I was worried it wouldn't leaf out. It was a really weak little whip and it had been grafted. Lots of red berries. But again, really need a rain for some of these smaller ones to finish, kind of in the same boat. But it is tall. It'll be even crazier at the end of the summer. So it might be something that I cut like right after I harvest a bunch of berries. Pond's starting to go down because we're so dry. We'll go over there in a second. This just got a little damage, it was a little exposed, so I planted a pine tree on the other side. I'm gonna plant some cassia or an acacia, something quick that can get up taller than it in one season. The peas are almost ready to pull out and harvest. They're mostly shelling peas, but we got sweet potatoes in the ground. These are our homegrown slips, and as you can see, they're taken. They've been in the ground a whole week now, so they're set. There's enough moisture there for them. They're tough, and they're actually in this bed. I wasn't looking where I'm pointing the camera, and in these two beds. So this one has sweet potatoes, and this one with radishes has sweet potatoes. I left these radishes because, in case you didn't know, radish seed pods just as good as radish. They taste nice, spicy, crunchy, sweet. So you can get, if you're like me and left and went out of town when you're supposed to pick all the radishes, you can get some more food out of it. This section of blackberries, you can see down there, set a lot of fruit. Too much dryness. These are going to be a little hard. You can kind of tell on them. The blueberry plants are doing good. So I had some friends coming out and help me, and we're building shade structures for the top. Haven't decided if it's just going to be bamboo or what, but basically to protect it from the heat a little bit, we're gonna, put something on top, something that's easily removed for the whole winter season, but that's something that can give it a little protection from summer heat. And you see, it's not total protection, and it'd only be high sun protection to still get morning and evening. So we will see. They might even be too high to really be effectual, but yeah, it's something to do, something fun. Little eggplant, wish them luck. There's another persimmon that is starting to bloom, or maybe it already has and I wasn't paying attention. The blooms are kind of small, inconspicuous. That plum didn't bloom or fruit, that tall skinny guy. The chicken run is the big project for right now, because Sunshine back there keeps getting out, the white one, or she can get out whenever she wants. And I have some parts ordered, so that'll be finished up, and these girls can all go together. So as soon as there's a good roof on here, that means these ladies are going in. Hey, bak bak. And they're doing good. So because Sunshine is always out, she basically lays her eggs somewhere out here where I can't find it, and she also is eating all these beans from the outside, which is kind of frustrating. So that's one egg down on this side, and then I don't know why, but I can't seem to find them all the time. So I was getting more eggs out of the 3 birds over there than the 4 birds that lay more eggs, bigger eggs. The grapes are, you can see they're going fast. That's the other reason to finish this project, is because they will be up and over the top. And so yeah, I want to finish the roof so we can start training them and getting some good growth. Well, I will pause. Here are the sweet potato slips. I've got more to share now because we planted pretty much what we'll plant out here. So we'll pause, let this store, and start up again. Alright, there's even berries out here in the middle of no man's land. They're just everywhere. I put a turtle log in the pond. These irises bloomed, they're nice. It's a yellow flag, and this one right here, that clump, is a chorus, which is a nice plant. The pond has minnows now. You can see the water hyacinth. Straight ahead over there are arrowhead that I got from the grocery store, which is kind of cool. And straight over there, that little green guy is taro. So kind of did a summer planting of some edibles in the pond. But we'll see. And the log is for the oh, do you see that splash in the middle? That was the baby turtle. I was just talking about him. So there's a couple baby turtles in here, and yeah, so that's what the log is for, is to give them a little sunning spot where they can just jump in the water. But potentially it'll go dry, so we'll see. There's fruit trees and things back there that I haven't checked on in a while, so that might be good, but I don't think we'll have time. I'm gonna try and make it to the other side, show you all the right mulberries, although there's mulberries back there too. Well, we could have gone that way. There's some citrus in bloom, but that's okay. This is kind of cool. I just love when things are really on their own. Like this pomegranate. He's never gonna need my care again, are you kidding? He just made it through the toughest winter. Like, he did get some cold damage, but he's got the exposure he likes. It's his kind of place. His roots are in. He's got a bloom, even though he's so small. You know, that's just a tiny little drop of things to come. This Tennessee pear set some fruit. Again, I'll just pull them off, but there's so many that I need to pull them off, not on video. And the fava beans, I decided most of them I'm going to save for dry seed, and so I'll have them for replanting, because they were actually, I didn't buy them, they were just a gift of a few seeds, so we can share even more fava beans with others to plant next fall. But yeah, things are growing. Still no wood chips, and that's mostly because there was a big trailer parked here for the last week straight, so it was blocking everything, no opportunity. This is a new, there's a bird in the pond. This is a wood rack, so it's got a cool stripe roof. Trey helped me with this, we did it in a day, and so yeah, it's not full, but it's pretty sturdy and stable, and it's that other sheet. There was a big haul last Thursday, was heavy trash day, and so this is another cool one. Look how big of a pile this is. This is a plastic, basically tongue and groove material, and the way I envision using it is cutting it in pieces about this size, and then building a raised bed by just, you know, throwing a tie-down strap around the outside, you know, a big circle, because they all just, you know, tongue and groove together, so they're reasonably stable, with a little trench at the bottom, and boom, it's a permanent, you know, but also, you know, you can take it apart, move it. Anyway, it's kind of messy, but that was a cool one. And I also did some work in here. So it's very homey now, but the work I did was I put in shelves, and this was just yesterday, but now there's more storage space and it's nice and open. You can see nothing of value, it never will really be, but, and I've got 3 minutes to talk. Let's see, you can see the pond's kind of going down, but maybe we'll get a big rain before I leave. That'd be nice. I also might put one of these water lilies in the pond. I've got some lotus from the grocery store growing at home, or starting to grow. I just kind of weed whacked this path. Oh, here we go. We planted beans and cucumbers. So this trellis is pretty hot and exposed, so we will see. But last year when I planted, they went in too late, and so basically this summer just cooked them while I was gone. But these are in a little bit earlier. Ernesto planted them, and we've watered them a couple times just to try and get them up. But hopefully if they're established and we get some rains during the summer like last year, it'll be good. Here's another you know, pomegranate that I could walk away from this property for 5 years and it would still be here, and it'd be bigger and happier, and that's such a cool feeling. So, dun dun dun, through this forest path we go. A little overgrown, lots of poison ivy in this area, you'll see right there, which is kind of bummer, but it's all good. This is a seedling Wilma, and she is definitely happy. Sorry, avocado, and yeah, I put on another 6 inches since I planted her probably a month and a half ago, which is not really that much, but I just feel like she likes her spot, you know, getting that partial canopy, a lot of wind protection. Not much else. Oh, the mulberries. This is why I came over here. Look at all that black. How cool is that? So this is where I will be gorging myself in just a minute when we finish this video. I got this roof structure. It actually has legs too, but it's gonna get set up at home. It's gonna be protecting the aquaponics from the heat. Planted some. You see straight back a little bit of yellow. Back here, but really over by the wood rack. This is where the honeysuckle is really amazing. It smells really good. Speaking of smells, this is a buddleia. So once it starts blooming, it'll be a bunch of good smells. This is exciting. This pear, I don't know why he's bent over, but he really wanted to have a straight central leader. He's actually bent way back that way. That was the main like little bare root that I planted, and he flopped over, so he's over there by that loquat. But he wanted to get something, you know, straight over his roots, and like 3 different times he got chewed by rabbits. Probably told you all this. So like, see that, and there's another one below, and so finally the blackberries came and protected him, and I thought it was the coolest thing that they would do that. It was very nice of you. But now he's gonna have, you know, something straight and central. He'll still be a little bit weird shaped for a while. Oh, I probably am gonna get some grapes straight back there. I did some pruning on a wild grapevine. You know, cut it down quite a bit, and there are a lot of blooms in the right spots. So if nothing else comes and steals them, we'll get some grapes. Well, it is time for me to go and get to work harvesting blackberries. Hope you guys enjoyed the tour.